Here's just some of the stats for Ricky Williams. First in rushing yards, first in attempts, first in yards per game, second in I want to say rushing touchdowns. Right, he had 16 total touchdowns. He would have been the player of the year, AP player of the year, offensive player of the year if it wasn't for freaking Priest Holmes, who had also a ridiculous season that season as well. But you got to remember the thing about the early 2000s was it was a time where I don't think Sunday Ticket was available, and you basically could only watch the team that is in your network, right? Like there was no real way. There wasn't no Stream East. There wasn't no streamers where I could watch whoever I want to watch. No, if you put the TV on and your team is playing either at 1 o'clock or 4:15 Eastern, you're gonna watch the Dolphins. And I remember two things vividly that's ingrained in me. One, Ricky Williams getting the ball because they didn't want anybody else to do anything on offense. And he got the ball 383 times in one season, dog. And the other thing I remember is because the Dolphins had to share a stadium. It looked like the baseball field. Right?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. When you go back and watch that shit, you're like, oh my god. Share a stadium with the freaking Marlins.
They had to share a stadium with the Marlins.
Oh my god. Back in the day, man, people they didn't give a damn.
They did not give a damn. They did not give a damn. One of the most famous plays of Ricky Williams' career is him almost touching the ground, but him contorting his body on the baseball mound sand.
Yep. Epic.
So it was such a blast from a past. The uniforms, that real teal, like that neon teal, like the metallic teal.
Those are some of my favorite Dolphins unis, bro.
Like, they were so fire. We've really lost our way when it comes to uniforms, bro. Like uniforms used to be fire. Used to really legitimately be dope. But on to the Ricky Williams, right? So I want to go ahead and lean in a little bit more on the Ricky Williams because I want to compare and contrast the style. Yeah, like Trash said, the Raiders doing that like 2016 because they used to play with the Oakland A's, bro. So they had to share it. It was bad with the Raiders. Like it was Al Davis ain't give a damn, man. Like god damn, Al. Like
win,
damn,
baby.
Just win, baby. Jesus, right? So I want to go ahead and compare the eras, right? Rushing the ball in 2002 and running the ball in 2025, right? So I got both seasons put up, and these are some of the things that I found interesting. How many running backs do you think went over 1,000 yards in 2025, and how many do you think went over 1,000 yards in 2002, Rod? Just throw a number out there.
In 2025, I'll say 8 running backs went over 1,000 yards in 2025, and in 2002, I'll give double the number, 16.
You were close. It's actually 17 for both.
Oh wow!
So it was 17. So 17 running backs went for 1,000 yards in 2002, and 17 running backs went for over 1,000 yards in 2025. And I found that interesting because I thought it was going to be significantly less in 2025.
Right.
But we are getting back to a running game because teams went small for linebackers, went for speed. Now teams on offense are going for power. So it makes sense. It's all cyclical, right? So, but no, I found it really interesting. What the key difference is this though. In 2002, 9 people had over 300 attempts. 9 running backs had over 300 attempts. In 2022,
they were running these dudes into the damn ground.
To the ground.
Damn, bro.
And to compare that to 2002, where four running backs went over 300 attempts in 2002. In 2002, Ricky had 383. The most in 2025 was 323. That's 60 less attempts, dog. And that's with an additional game.
That's fucking bad. That's bananas.
That's 16 games versus 17 games. These dudes are not even getting close to 380 attempts with one less with an extra game, bro.
Well, you know what it is now. The NFL is very well aware of the damage it does just giving a guy. Because imagine being running back is the most thankless job in sports because you're literally running into a car accident every play. That's your job.
Every play, and hold that thought because I want to get back to the point in regards to Ricky Williams, right? But this was I really liked, right? So let's just go some of the names for the top 10 running backs. Matter of fact, it was running backs were so deep I could go 15 deep on the names of 2002. This is the top 15, and I'm gonna go from 15 to number one. Number 15 that year, as far and this is leading rushers. Curtis Martin at 15, Eddie George 14, Sean Alexander 13,
Sean
Almond
Alexander.
Almond Green 12, Michael Bennett 11. Now here's the top 10. Corey Dillon at 10, Fred Taylor at 9, Jamal Lewis at 8, Tiki Barber at 7, Deuce McAllister at 6,
Yes.
Travis Henry at 5, and the top 4, Clinton Portis, Priest Holmes, LaDainian Tomlinson, Ricky Williams. Take me back to that Madden. Take me back to that Madden, dog. Oh my God, did you hear those names? Did
Bro.
you hear those names?
God
Oh
damn, what
my
an
God.
era for running backs, man. And
What
Sean
an
Alexander was lower
era.
on that list.
Edgerrin James didn't even make the top 15. He was 18th. Edgerrin James, dog.
Damn.
Like, we used to be a proper country, bro. We used to be a proper country. But to the point that you were talking about in regards to it being a thankless job and it being overly physical, when I went back and watched highlight tape of Ricky Williams, and they have it on YouTube. It's 30 minutes. It's from NFL film, so it's the best quality you're gonna get. Dude, I just imagined a different running back. I legitimately thought Ricky used to shake dudes more than he did. He just ran into people. That's all he did.
He was like Marshawn Lynch. Yeah, he was like Marshawn Lynch. Like if you watch Marshawn Lynch, that's kind of what Ricky was. Not completely, but kind of.
It was insane because I'm like, bro, I'm like Ricky, Ricky took some hits, dog. Like he got hit. He got hit really effing hard, bro. And I'm like, no wonder your body gave out on you. No wonder you had to retire. You were out. You lost your damn mind out here running like this. And then Dave Wannstedt, he didn't give a damn. He did not give a damn.
King
It
Dinosaur
was
football.
it was jarring to actually watch Ricky Williams again because I remember the speed, I remember the burst, but I didn't really understand now because obviously I was a kid, right? I wasn't old enough to truly understand what I was watching with Ricky Williams in 2002. At that point, I would have been 13. I wasn't super young, but I was still young.
Right.
But I was like, dog, this dude is taking massive hit after hit and after hit. And these are not from 220-pound linebackers. These are from 245, 255, sometimes 260-pound linebackers. And they're coming like heat seeker missiles. And I was just like, dog, when I was watching him, and Rod, you're going to find this absolutely hilarious. You say Marshawn Lynch.